Kenya's political temperature is rising, and although the 2027 general election is still some time away, the battle for State House has already begun. Across the country, political leaders are traversing counties, launching development projects, holding rallies, and building new alliances, whereas every public appearance, every statement, and every handshake is being closely watched for what it could mean in the race for power. President William Ruto is working to consolidate support while defending his government's record. At the same time, opposition leaders are regrouping, seeking common ground, and presenting themselves as a credible alternative.
And you know, siasa nimekuja hivi karibuni. It has not been my life kuanzia mwanzo. Imeshika lakini haijashika sana. I am still a technocrat and a serious member of the church. When we say things, we do them. I don't come here to bluff around and tell stories and lie to my fellow church members. We will work together on this project. We will do the things we need to do to serve the Lord.
But the question many Kenyans are asking is simple. Who currently has the political momentum heading into 2027? In today's documentary, we examine the strategies of both sides, the regions that could determine the outcome, and the issues that may ultimately shape the country's next election. So, where do we start?
Niseme. Ile kiwanda tumesikizana kama serikali pamoja na dairy, kwa sababu pale nje chakula ni 3,200, 3,100 gunia moja. Tumesema for a start hiyo kiwanda itauzia wakulima ile chakula ya ng'ombe at a subsidized price of 2,800 shillings per bag.
Let's start here. Chapter 1. The campaign has already begun. Official campaigns have not yet started, but political activities tell a different story. Almost every weekend, senior political leaders are in different counties addressing public gatherings. Government officials continue to highlight completed and ongoing projects, while opposition figures criticize policy decisions and of alternative visions. This is no longer just about governance. It is about shaping public perception. Every county visit is an opportunity to strengthen political support. Every speech is aimed at convincing undecided voters. Every alliance could redefine the political landscape. As history has shown, elections in Kenya are often influenced by years of groundwork rather than the final months before voting day. Chapter 2. President Ruto's strategy. President William Ruto entered office promising an economic transformation centered on the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. His administration has consistently highlighted investments in infrastructure, affordable housing, agriculture, healthcare reforms, digital innovation, and job creation. Government leaders argue that these programs are laying the foundation for long-term economic growth. Supporters say ongoing projects across different regions demonstrate the administration's commitment to delivering on its promises. However, the government has also faced criticism over the cost of living, taxation, and the pace at which some reforms have been implemented. As a result, the administration continues balancing the task of implementing policy while maintaining public confidence. The coming months will be important as more projects are completed and their impact becomes clearer. Chapter 3. The opposition response. Meanwhile, opposition leaders continue efforts to strengthen cooperation and expand their national.
Jana nimesema ya kwamba tutaua nyoka pamoja na maya. Nimeona huyu Murkomen ati anasukuma watu ya NCIC ati waulize sisi, ati watuulize sisi, ati kwa nini tunasema hivyo. Sisi tuseme hatuna hate speech. Sisi tunatumia figurative language kwa sababu sisi ni wanafunzi wa literature. Kuua nyoka ni kufukuza William Ruto kwa kura. Kuua mayai ni kufukuza wafuasi wake wote kwa kura. That is what we mean. So NCIC, kama mnataka explanation mniandikie barua, nitajibu nyinyi.
appeal. They have criticized the government's economic policies and argue that many Kenyans continue to face significant financial challenges. Recent political meetings and consultations suggest a continued search for broader unity among opposition figures. The key challenge, however, remains building a cohesive coalition capable of sustaining a nationwide campaign. Political analysts often know that successful opposition movements depend not only on criticism of the government, but also on presenting a clear and unified alternative. Whether those efforts translate into lasting political momentum remains to be seen. Chapter 4. Count that could decide 2027. Kenya's elections are rarely decided by one region alone. Instead, victory often depends on building broad national support. Counties such as Nairobi, Kiambu, Nakuru, Uasin Gishu, Kakamega, Kisii, Nyamira, Mombasa, Kilifi, and several others are expected to remain politically significant. In Kisii, for example, both government and opposition leaders have increased their engagements with local communities, recognizing the region's strategic importance. Across the country, leaders are seeking to strengthen relationships with voters through development promises, public forums, and community outreach. These regional dynamics could play a major role as the political landscape evolves. Now, let's go to chapter 5. What will matter most? While political rallies attract headlines, many voters are focused on everyday concerns: the economy, employment opportunities, affordable healthcare, education, agriculture, infrastructure, the cost of living. These are issues that directly affect households across the country. Ultimately, many voters may judge leaders based on whether they believe their lives are improving and whether proposed solutions address their priorities. As the election approaches, both the government and opposition are likely to intensify their efforts to persuade the public that they offer the best path forward. The race to 2027 is still unfolding. Political alliances may change, new leaders may emerge, public opinion may shift, and what seems certain today could look very different by election time. One thing, however, is clear. Kenya is entering another defining political season, and every move made by the country's leaders will continue to shape the nation and the national conversation. Who has the momentum today? The answer depends on whom you ask and on how events unfold over the coming months. As always, the final decision will rest with the Kenyan people when they cast their votes. If you enjoyed this analysis, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more in-depth documentaries on Kenyan politics and current affairs. Until next time, thank you for watching. I'm Winston Ondari, reporting for National TV.